We had a beautiful fall day, so I decided that I would try my luck again out at Chilliwack Lake. As you gaze down the lake from here, you can see beautiful Mount Redoubt in Washington State. Just a warning, this video is going to contain a lot of long sequences of mostly salmon, adult salmon in this case. As in the previous week, I quickly swam out to the mouth of the Chilliwack River where it meets Chilliwack Lake. I was greeted by this school of mixed species of fish. There's some juvenile salmon, but also I think some juvenile whitefish. But the thing that really set this week apart from last week were the schools of adult uh, salmon swimming about in the drowned forest at the mouth of the river. In this case, most of the salmon were coho, but there were also a few springs mixed in. In some cases, I've altered the speed of the video. I've sped it up a bit. Some of the approaches are, I guess, a bit long and tedious. Uh, but once I'm in amongst the school, you're looking at them, I think, basically in real time in every case. To get these shots, I had to swim upstream from the salmon. We're in the lake, but there's still a bit of current flowing here, a very mild current. So I would swim upstream of the salmon and then drift back down amongst them. I'm floating on the surface. I'm not diving. I'm lowering the camera on a selfie stick. And I wouldn't kick. I had to control my breathing. I had to be very, very quiet and very stealthy and not make any sudden movements of any sort in order to be able to drift through the salmon like this. The slightly yellow salmon you see here is spring salmon. There were other spring salmon that weren't quite so far gone into their spawning colors as well. You can see that by using a very slow, stealthy approach, the salmon really weren't particularly perturbed by my presence. I think most of the reaction was more of them thinking of me as something, a log or something drifting down through the river. Maybe being stuck on the surface was in this case a blessing, because I think if I'd actually tried to dive down to get different shots, they probably would have been spooked and swum off. In some cases, you may see some sort of filaments, white filaments on the salmon, particularly on their pectoral fins. I think these are leeches, but I'm not entirely sure. On occasion, you'll see whitefish mixed in with the schools of salmon, and it looks to me like they're trying to eat those leeches off the salmon. So it looks to me like maybe the whitefish are performing a cleaning service for the salmon. I don't know if that's correct or if that's common. I've never seen it before, despite diving with salmon for several decades. This is the one shot that I got by placing my camera on the bottom and letting the salmon swim by it. I spent pretty close to 90 minutes drifting through the salmon. In 90 minutes, I think I drifted through them 4 or 5 times. That was about it. It was pretty slow going, drifting through them. And after 90 minutes, it was time for me to head home. As I was swimming back, I saw this bull trout patrolling the edge of the drop off along the lake shore. And as we saw last time, these schools of juvenile salmon were its target. It looked like this particular school of baby salmon was being dogged by a small rainbow. And that was the end of a rather lovely day diving out at Chilliwack Lake